Alrighty, in this video we're going to be looking at multiplying and dividing fractions. Somehow, this is actually an easier process for both than adding and subtracting fractions. It's kind of the opposite than with regular integer numbers. Normally students find adding and subtracting regular numbers easier. In fractions, it's much easier to multiply and divide, so this should be a shorter and sweeter video than the other ones. So when multiplying fractions, I am literally going to multiply the numerators together and also the denominators together independently of one another, so separately to one another. So in this case, I'm going to be multiplying 3 times 7, and I'm also going to be multiplying 4 times 8 together, separately. So my solution here is going to be 3 times 7 is 21. This is where you need to know your times tables for these to make this a bit easier for yourself. And 4 8s are 32. Now I better check if there's a common factor in both of these. I see that 3 goes into 21, but 3 doesn't go into 32. 7 goes into 21, but doesn't go into 32. And I think that's about it. So that's about as simplified as that fraction gets, and hence 3 over 4 times 7 over 8 is 21 over 32. It's just that easy. The next one, 4 times 2 is going to be my new numerator, and 7 times 3 is going to be my new denominator. So 4 times 2 is 8. 7 times 3, again, is 21. And 8's factors are 1, 2, 4, and 8, and none of those divide into 21, so we are finished multiplying those two fractions together as well. 4 over 7 times 2 over 3 is 8 over 21. Nice. So multiplying fractions, pretty simple. Multiply the numerators together, multiply the denominators together, and in your answer, if you can, simplify it. Now, over to dividing. There's only one extra step in dividing fractions. I'm going to express it in a different way. I'm actually going to express the division as a multiple. And for now, just take my word for it that this works. Potentially in another video, I'll show why this works. But for now, 4 over 3 stays the same. I'm going to leave it as 4 over 3. But what I'm going to do now is take the second fraction and flip it. So the 7 will come to the top and the 5 will go to the bottom. And I get 7 over 5. And when I flip that second fraction, I need to change this division into a times. And you see what we've done now is we've taken 4 over 3 divided by 5 over 7 and rearranged it or expressed it as 4 over 3 times 7 over 5. And now this situation is just this situation. It's just multiplying fractions now. And we use the skills we learned here over here. We're going to be multiplying the numerators together. So I'm going to be multiplying 4 and 7. And I'm also going to be multiplying 3 and 5 independently. So 4 7s are 28. And 3 5s are 15. Okay, now that's an improper fraction. So I'm going to simplify that and turn it into a mixed number here. If I've got room, yeah, I've got room. So 15 goes into 28 once. It nearly goes in twice. So it counts 15, 30, just too much. It's too few. That was a mouthful. It goes in one time, and after we've counted to 15, we have 13 more to get to 28. So 13 out of 15 remaining. So 1 and 13 fifteenths is the simplified version, or at least the mixed number version of this improper fraction. And that's my mixed number answer to 4 over 3 divided by 5 over 7. And the last example I've got on the board here is 1/3 divided by 8/9. So again, I'm going to turn that into a multiplication by leaving the first fraction. It's really important that you leave this first one and don't change it, and by flipping it. I'm going to change the divide to a multiply, and then I'm going to flip this second fraction. So it changes to 9 over 8. Okay. Now I just multiply the numerators. I'll do the lines once more. You don't have to draw these lines, by the way. These are just so I can show you what's happening. 1 times 9 is 9. I have to duck down here. I'm using the bottom of my board. And 3 times 8 is 24. Oh, cool. 3 goes into both of those numbers, so I actually can simplify one for once. And I get 9 divided by 3 is 3, and 24 divided by 3 is 8. And I'll just indicate here what I've done. Divide 3 and divide, is that showing? Just. Nice, divide by 3 as well. And 3 over 8 is my final answer. Some of you, if you're already good at simplifying fractions, might have already noticed that I can simplify here, change this to 1 over 1 times 3 over 8, and that's the answer. But I just wanted to demonstrate the process first of dividing fractions, and then once you've turned into a multiplication, just go through the process. Alrighty, so the only takeaways are, when multiplying, multiply the tops, multiply the bottoms. When dividing, change the division symbol to a multiplication sign, so from here to here, and flip the second fraction at the same time so it works. And then follow your same fraction processes as before with simplification or converting to mixed numbers. Hope this one helped.